Vision is a very cliche topic, a very cliche thing to say whenever it comes to success, whenever it comes to people who talk about motivation and business. Everybody's always talking about vision. What's your vision? Where do you want to go? What do you want to get to? Blah, 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 blah. It's okay to say the word, but if you're not actually listening or understanding what people mean when they say that, it means nothing, okay? So there's a difference between vision and sight. And pay attention, okay? You have to have some type of depth whenever you think about these things. Otherwise, you're not going to understand the point that I'm making to you, and you're not going to change. There's a difference between vision and sight, okay? So I know you hear me, but are you listening? Sight is what you can see. Sight is what's already real, what's right in front of you. You can see it. It's tangible. You can touch it. You can interact with it. Everybody has sight. Very obvious concept, very clear. Everybody can see things that are right in front of them. But it's the people who have vision, can create the vision, can develop the vision, can get to the vision. People who have that foresight, who can see things before they happen, those are the people who have success and make all the money in this world. Let me explain to you why. If you have no ability to have a vision and actually focus on that vision, you're never going to be the first to get somewhere. You're never going to be the first to develop something. You're never going to be early to the party when it comes to making money, okay? And what do I mean by that? Well, we'll talk about investing, for example. We'll talk about crypto. This is such a great example right now between people who have vision and people who have sight. 99% of people who get into the cryptocurrency or investment market, they do that after all the value, after all of the money has been extracted from the market. They show up when they already see Bitcoin at $100,000, when they already see Bitcoin at $150,000, at $200,000. They show up whenever it's right in front of them, whenever it's tangible, whenever it's real. But the people who show up whenever they can see something are already too late to the party. It's the people who had the vision to see ahead that extract all the value from markets and from business, okay? Because it's the people who have the vision who saw it before it happened. That's when you know you're early. That's when you know you can make money. You have to have the ability to buy things and see things through and have the vision, the foresight to know where it's going to be at in the future. Because when Bitcoin wasn't sexy at $20,000 at its bear market lows, the people who had vision, the people who understand where it was going, the people who knew where it would be at in 3 to 4 years, those are the ones who made all the money. Not the people who want to look right and see what's right in front of them before they believe anything and therefore enter the market whenever there's much less value to be had. Do you understand? So there's a difference between people who have sight and people who have vision. Now let's translate that into business. Your vision, your business, the life that you're trying to create, you're the only person who can visualize that. And so you have to really understand that. You're the only person who knows what your vision looks like. And so you can't trust other people to believe in you before you've ever done anything. You can't trust in other people to encourage you to do things before they've ever happened because they don't see what you see. They don't know where you're trying to go. They don't know how rich you're trying to become. They don't understand how your business works. So they can't give you guidance. They can't believe in you. They can't say positive things to you because they don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what the vision is. But it's you who needs to believe that what you see is real, your vision is clear, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to actually get to where you want to get to. Because eventually, one day, it's going to happen. You're going to make all the money. You're going to have all the success, and everybody else is going to see it, and then they're going to show up late to the party. Do you understand? So the Taylor's Code, give you an example. The Taylor's Code started in the summer of 2024, okay? I already had the vision for my company, for my business. I already knew what this was going to be. I'm already 5-10 years ahead, and I'm not exaggerating. I already know where we're going to be at in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years. I already know how much money we're going to make. I already know how big the organization's going to be. I already know what we're going to teach. I know how rich everybody's going to get. I've seen it. The vision is clear. It's in my head. I see it. But I also understand, as the visionary, I can't expect anybody else to see it the way that I see it. I have to be able to translate that vision and give that vision to the other people inside of the organization who are making money, who are building with us, who have ownership in the company, so that they can see what I see, or at least to the best of my ability to be able to transfer that vision to them. You can't expect other people to see it. You can't expect other people to believe in it the same way that you do, right? Because as soon as things don't, go well, or you're not making as much money as you want to, or it's not as exciting as people thought it was at the beginning, they're all going to lose faith. They're all going to fade to the background. They're all going to be less active. They're going to be less involved. But you, as the visionary, need to continue to go and stay excited and stay the pedal to the metal and stay the course and be consistent in everything that it is that you're doing, because eventually you'll gain momentum and eventually your company will grow. Eventually your business will make money. And you'll see, as soon as you start having success, as soon as you start making money, all of a sudden everybody comes back. All of a sudden everybody sees what you had seen. Now they start to understand. Now the vision becomes a little bit more clear, right? So you have to understand, at the beginning, nobody's supposed to understand it. Nobody's supposed to support you. Nobody's supposed to be as bought in as you are, because you're the one with the vision. They can't see what you see. But you have to trust that your vision is real, that your vision is clear. You can't allow other people's inability to see what you see to defeat you or demotivate you for going after what it is that you want in life, right? So you have to have the vision. And it's those people who can operate with that same excitement, with that same intensity, that same ferocity that they do when things are excited, as opposed to things are boring and not going in their favor and everything's going wrong and everything's fucked up and they're not making any money and they're financially messed up. The people who can operate with that same level of excitement because they see the vision so clearly, those are the ones who win, because they were consistent through the building process, right? 99% of people, whenever they start something new, they start out excited. Everything that's new is exciting. Everything that's new is shiny. It gets a little bit of momentum. People want to try it. People want to see what's going on. Everything that's new is cool, right? Let's say you start playing an instrument. It's a guitar. You're excited. You're learning notes. You're learning chords. Very easy, very simple. You're getting good. You think you're making a lot of progress. It's exciting. You practice all the time. But all of a sudden, you get to the part where it's difficult. The part where you actually have to start putting those notes and chords together into songs, into melodies, into actually playing music, into performing live, into trying to get gigs. The difficult part, right? As soon as things start to get difficult and it's no longer exciting, right? Same thing with a business. What people do is when things aren't going their way, or they're not making as much money as they thought they would, or they're starting to lose money, like in investing in crypto too, those people shut down. 99% of people shut down. So as opposed to putting in more time and effort to understand why all of a sudden they're getting fucked up and they can't have success, they decide, you know what? It's not fun anymore. I'm not making money. It's not going the way that I expected it to go. So instead of putting in more time and energy to fix the problem and become better at what it is that you're doing, you start to shy away. You start to put less hours into your craft. You start to spend less time doing the things that were helping you get success in the first place. You start to fade away. Well, if you're starting to lose your grip on a rope, and then you continue to lighten your grip because it's getting more difficult to hold onto the rope, don't you think you're just going to let go of the rope faster? Don't you think you're going to have less success of holding onto that rope? Obviously, of course. If you were starting to slip, if a rope was starting to slip out of your hands, wouldn't you want to squeeze tighter and try harder to stop the rope from coming out of your hands? If it meant you were going to fall off the side of a mountain and die, yeah, you'd probably try harder, right? Okay, so then why don't you do that for your business? Why don't you do that with your investing? Why don't you do that with your craft? When things get difficult, this is the exact test that God puts in front of you to see whether or not you really deserve what it is that you want. Well, you think he was just going to give it to you? You think the vision that you had, the lifestyle that you wanted, the cars, the money, the wife, the children, the house, everything that you could ever imagine, all these fantastic things in life that you want and ask God for, you thought he was just going to give it to you just easily? He didn't think he was going to test you? He didn't think he was going to decide that he wanted to test how bad that you actually wanted that?